Hi, this is David from Masbros Media, and this is the great and one and only Mr. Steve-O. How you doing?
I'm great, brother. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here in Bellevue. I feel like the economy, it needs some help around here, so I'm happy to try to drum up some business, you know.
Is this your first time in Bellevue?
No, but I didn't remember what a dangerous neighborhood Bellevue really is. Right? You know, I was like just crossing the street at a red light, and I almost walked right into like 3 Porsches, a BMW, and a Tesla. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, Bellevue is like the Beverly Hills of Washington. It's literally like the Beverly Hills of Washington.
Right, huh? How about that, man?
So you've been doing wild stunts since you were 15?
Well, I've been videotaping wild stunts since I was 15. You can argue that I got started doing wild stunts a lot sooner.
Do you remember what your first stunt was?
I heard about like climbing, like trying to climb out of a window on like some ridiculous like 10-story floor. I know that that I like knocked out my baby teeth like as soon as I got them in, like running into something or other. Like I was an idiot and an asshole out of the gate. There's no question. I don't know. I shouldn't call myself an asshole. I've never been.
Like, I've never seen like
right.
I've never seen you like be a dick to anyone on camera or nothing. So like,
right. Well,
yeah.
thanks.
You
for that.
seem like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, thanks for that. I've never been mean-spirited, and I subscribe to the belief that it's easier to be nice to people than it's hard to be a dick, man. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. In my nature, it's hard. I can't. It's physically impossible for me to like be. I don't know. It's just me. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, how about that, man? That's an advantage.
So who is
where like where if I say like do you have faith? Like how would you interpret that question? I mean, I don't care about religion or what, but like it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, I would say I have faith. I would have faith in like people. I have faith in like the kindness of people, and I have faith in like humanity.
Wow.
Humanity. Yeah. You
got to be disappointed all the time.
Well, when I meet cool people like you, then it makes up for it, though.
Right, right. It's just a weird thing. It's out on my mind, man. Like it's kind of a moving target, you know. I'm like in and out of it. But I'll tell you, when I feel really plugged in to the universe, whatever you want to call it, it's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's what what's his name. Russell Brand's talked a lot about that too.
Okay.
About being connected to the universe and all that stuff.
It's hard to keep up with Russell Brand.
Yeah. That's a smart dude, though. He's a smart dude.
Sure, yeah. An eloquent, smart guy.
Yeah. Who's your biggest influence in doing stunts? Did you have anybody like Super Dave maybe?
No. There really wasn't much of a precedent for what I was doing. I grew up skateboarding. That's what led me to the video camera. Dropped out of college because I really couldn't go to class, and then I just decided I was going to become this crazy famous stunt man doing just wild stuff. Like I wasn't trying to copy anybody, but one thing that really helped me, or at least put a lot of wind in my sails, was I became friendly with the University of Miami dive team, and I would show them videos that I shot of myself like doing flips off of 3-story rooftops into like 4 feet of water. Yeah. And the reaction of these guys to that footage, like they were profoundly affected. They were like, dude, you're crazy. And I'm thinking, these are the best guys in the world. You know, they had their murals painted on the wall of the pool next to Greg Louganis, and I mean, they were world-class athletes, the best in the world at landing in water, and they were just shocked by what I was doing, and I thought, man, I'm really onto something. And those guys were the ones who taught me how to do standing backflips, and then I taught myself like how to douse my arm with flammable liquid and set it on fire, and then simultaneously do a standing backflip while breathing fire, you know, in midair. I would like kind of flip through the fire, and I think that kind of sums up how my approach was, is that there wasn't anybody that I was even really inspired by. I was looking to do things that had never been done. And for the population of the world that was, I suppose, talented enough or physically, you know, capable of doing a standing backflip, there weren't any of them that were really dumb enough to light themselves on fire while doing it. So I had like cornered something where I was the only one in the whole world doing it, and I felt like I was really on a roll, you know. Like in the beginning, it was all jumping off of buildings into shallow pools and doing fire-breathing acrobatics, and that was that really got me excited. And then I got into the clown college and
Barnum Bailey, right?
Yeah, and I didn't have to sell drugs anymore after I went to clown college. I was able to earn a living as a circus clown while I waited for the ship to sail. Here, let's get my baby girl over here. Come on, baby girl. This is my my service dog. Her name's Wendy. I found her in the streets of Juarez, Peru, just a couple months ago. And I love her so much, that I went ahead and I got a service dog vest online. Just threw it on her, and I can bring her wherever the fuck I want.
Yeah, they're basically like public places. They can't do anything. If you say it's a service dog, they cannot do anything. So
right.
Yeah,
Actually, if anybody should have a problem with me bringing Wendy, the vest came with a stack of what I call "fuck you" cards, which state the federal law which protects my right to have her with me, and the federal law states that you're not allowed to ask me what my disability is, and you're not allowed to ask her to perform any special things she's been trained to do.
Yeah.
So it's just hilarious. You know, not since the medical marijuana card has there been such a fucking sham as the service dog vest. And I love it. Yeah. I just absolutely love it. And I should really shut my trap about it, because watch, I'll expose the whole thing and the party will be over. Because I'm bringing her on flights. I love it. I don't even care. And don't even have to buy her a ticket to go on the airplane. Yeah. If I'm riding coach first class, doesn't matter.
How many of your stunt videos did you make before you got the attention from Jeff Tremaine?
Well, it's hard to put a number on it, because it was always an kind of evolving process. Like if I had a new stunt, I would add it in to the existing reel somehow. Yeah. So there wasn't like, oh, I finished this one and now I'm going to move on to this one.
I see. Yeah.
It was just always kind of an evolving, growing, kind of a stunt reel.
Yeah.
And I guess it was 1990 when I made my very first video. It was 94 when I started filming the fucked up shit. Maybe 93. But the first real, like, Steve-O video, where it said Steve-O, you know, it was Steve-O 94, 95. That was when things got serious. In 96 was when I started lighting everything on fire, and, you know. And then 97, I went to clown college. And in 97 was my first thing with Big Brother magazine, which would have got me noticed by Jeff Tremaine. 98 was when they contacted me to let me know that they were, you know, our paths could cross, which was a big deal.
And then was it one of the first stunts you did? You like dove into the elephant shit?
That was one of the first things I did for MTV after the Jackass pilot was picked up and ordered. So once they had the budget and they were actually filming a whole season 1, that was one of my first ideas.
So was there a stunt out of all like the shows and the movies? Was there a stunt that even Steve-O was like, fuck no, I'm not doing that?
There's two answers to the question. The serious answer is that I would not get duct taped to a mechanical bull. Like really heavily duct taped where there's no falling off of it. Because at some point I reason that you have to fall off of it. And if you're attached, like you're gonna get a spinal cord injury. And it's been important to me throughout my life to try to avoid being paralyzed. I'm gonna give you the other answer, something where I turned it down. I think this might have been on my first comedy special, which is on Showtime. But it's a true story that back in the time of like the Bret Michaels show, Rock of Love, and like Flavor and Flav had Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
the same production company that made those shows reached out to me. They wanted to do, like, whatever you call it, Steve-O of Love. Yeah, Steve-O of Love. Like,
that would have been insane, dude. That would have been sick. That would have been insane.
Right, but that was a stunt that I wouldn't do. I turned it down, and I only had one reason for not trying to do that. Where I was thinking, there's no way I'm gonna let 30 chicks tell the entire world how fast I come. Quite literally, last week, Wednesday of last week, I got the entire cast of Jackass together for the first time in 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Not since Ryan Dunn died have all living cast members been in one place. And it was just so exciting to do that. For the opening special, or the opening sequence of my new comedy special. Yeah. Which is such an honor for me to have all those guys come back together to film for my stand-up comedy special.
Yeah, like Guilty as Charged you're talking about?
No, Guilty as Charged came out almost 2 years ago.
Oh.
And this one, the name of this one is Gnarly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we got really gnarly, man. Fuck.
That's hilarious. I mean, that's awesome though, because I mean, it's really a shame that Dunn passed because according to Wee Man, you guys probably will never do another Jackass because of that, correct? Because he passed, he probably will never do another one.
I don't know that is the reason, but I think it's safe to say that there will not be another one.
Well, so what's up next for Steve-O besides your gnarly? Anything else coming up?
Yeah, the comedy special is really my it's my sole focus right now. Like all my effort is going into that, and it's special because it's multimedia, and where I tell the stories in my stand-up. There's the majority of what I'm talking about is stuff that there's video footage to support. Mm-hmm. So it's a stand-up special with footage cut into it the whole time.
Awesome.
Which and footage that like 90% of people have no idea about in the first place, you know, and if they do, then there's like there's new revelations about things. So it's hardly like recycling, you know, old stuff. And for that matter, like cut into it is a bunch of crazy new stuff as well. So. And that plus the fact that it's from director Jeff Tremaine of Jackass.
Awesome.
You know, from the director of Jackass, featuring the entire cast of Jackass, and with like just loaded with insane stunts from beginning to end. Yeah. It really is, I think, of like an actually special comedy special. Yeah. And so I don't know. Like I just wrote a movie script, and I'm counting on this comedy special to really, you know, be the leverage to help me get that movie made, because not a lot of people want to invest in my potential as an actor, but from my perspective, nobody wanted to invest in my potential as a stand-up comedian, and I've been successful at that. So it's just another another wall to break down, and I'm excited. And so hopefully, you know, I get into production on that. In the meantime, all these random things keep popping up and coming my way. Which, you know, lately there's been sort of a rash of projects and opportunities, like going to Morocco or Russia, and that's going to be something fun. And then, and when I went to Peru and found Wendy, that's for a project that's going to be pretty high profile. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like, my intention is to get away with being a ridiculous idiot, you know, for as long as I possibly can. And I'm 43 already, so.
Yeah, I have to say, like, honestly, when you walked in, I was gonna ask, how old are you again? Because you look younger in person.
Oh, well, thanks,
You look younger in person. Have you always been that skinny too? Because you look like you're skinny.
I don't know, man. You know, recently a doctor told me that I have fat on my organs. He says I'm what they call skinny fat. He says that my blood test showed that I'm pre-diabetic. Like I'm on track to get diabetes.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? Yeah. And so I don't know. Like I'm just trying to exercise like crazy, and I try not to eat. But the thing is, right when you think, oh, I've got to stop eating like a slob, that's when you eat like a slob more than ever because you're constantly thinking about it. I think it's like when people try to stop drinking. As soon as they think, oh, I don't want to drink, then it's on their mind. You know, I don't know how I got. You know, I wish I could apply to food what I've been successful in applying to my problems with drugs and alcohol. But whatever.
Well,
I appreciate the compliment. Why do I have to be Steve-O?